Hey, it's Ann Carton here, and I want to ask you, why did you get into business? Did you get into business so that you could make more money working for yourself than you could for someone else? Did you get into business to change your life, to have personal and financial freedom, maybe to have personal freedom to be able to live the life you want? What was your reason? Did you get into business to build your wealth? Well, my next question is, how's it going? I want to share with you something that I learned many years ago from one of my favorite books by Robert Kiyosaki called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Now, you've probably read it, maybe you haven't, but I want to share with you one of the most profound things that he shared in that book that was such a mindset shift for me that set me on a completely different course in my business. And I want to share the cash flow quadrant. Now, I want you to know that building financial and personal freedom from your business is not only possible, it's absolutely critical if you want to give yourself a better future, if you want to build a legacy. And so I want to walk you through the quadrant because when I learned this years ago, I was able to start building my businesses so that I could not only make more money in those businesses, having them and running them, but I also built businesses to sell. So I built 6 businesses. I'm actually working on my 7th company, and I've sold 5 of those businesses. And when we did that, we were able to get completely debt-free, pay off our home. We were able to invest in stocks. We were able to buy real estate and buy property and pay that off. And we were able to live a financially free life. And it's such a beautiful place to be. But I think a lot of people, when they get into business, they don't think this way. So let me just break this down for you very fast, and hopefully it will set you on a new course or kind of light a fire to maybe start working things a little bit different or harder. So the cash flow quadrant that he shares, and I believe he probably created this, to my knowledge he did, looks like this. These are basically the ways that you can make a living or make money, okay? The first quadrant is an employee. Now, we've probably all done this at one time or another, right? I used to work in corporate America for 13 years. I was an employee, and I had a lot of jobs before that, okay? However, this is not ever going to get you wealth or financial freedom unless maybe you become a multi-million-dollar CEO or something along those lines, which is going to be a very small percentage of people, right? The second quadrant is self-employed. Now, this is where a lot of people go into business, but they stay in this quadrant. They just keep working their business like a job, and it doesn't ever give them that financial and personal freedom. And they're not building an asset that they can step out of someday or even sell someday, like I have been able to do. So these 2 quadrants, neither one of these are going to give you that financial and personal freedom or that wealth. However, the third quadrant is business. Now, this is where you're building an asset. This is where you're building your business into something that doesn't require you to be in every piece. It can pay you really well. It can be life-changing for you and for your family, but you're also building an asset. Now, again, a lot of people don't think about building an asset. They have people working for them, and they have a lot of good things going in their business, but a lot of businesses aren't really making great money, or the owner is not making much money. And so this, again, is not going to give someone that freedom and that wealth that they might have thought about getting whenever they first started. The last quadrant is an investor. And this is a beautiful place to be because this is where you can invest in other people's businesses. You can invest in real estate. You can invest in stocks. And there's no shortage of places to invest money, but you can create multiple income streams. Now, the idea, as Robert Kiyosaki shares, is to go from these quadrants to business and then to investor as fast as possible. One of the common mistakes people make in their business is they try to take years and years and years to build this. I mean, I actually did that with my first business and my second business. You know, I took too long to build it. If I would have known these things, and if I would have known the things that I now help people do in their business, it would have been such a game changer. Things could have happened so much faster for me, and I would be in an even better place in my life today. But the idea is to move out of these quadrants into business, into investor as fast as possible. This will give you financial freedom. This will give you personal freedom. This will give you wealth. So I'm Ann Carden. I help businesses who are making about $500,000 or more scale their business, get into a business and build that business not only to pay them really well, but also something that they are building into a highly valuable asset that maybe they could sell someday or step out of, and then get into the investor quadrant. I've been able to help a lot of businesses buy businesses, so that's been an incredible thing to be able to do as well. So I hope this is helpful for you, maybe give you a little bit of a shift on what you're actually trying to accomplish in your business. And if I can help you, certainly reach out to me. I would be happy to have a conversation with you and see where we can help you get to where you want to go. You have an amazing day. Bye-bye.